Hello there fellow humans, it's your boy the Unusual Geek here, and in today's video I'm finally going to show you my complete Titanic collection. Over the years I have amassed many items, Titanic and Titanic related, from books to jewelry to keychains to Legos, all sorts of stuff. And now we're going to go through everything one by one. Starting with the books, because I seem to have the most of those for some reason. The first book on the list is 882 and a half Amazing Answers to Your Questions About the Titanic. Now the reason why I'm using a screenshot here is because I actually don't know where the book is. It has been lost to time, but I did have it when I was younger. The next book on the list is Titanic, Legacy of the World's Greatest Ocean Liner by Time Life Books and Discovery Channel. This is probably the oldest book that I still have in my possession. My mom's friend Tina gave it to me with a note inside the cover saying, "To Matt, love Tina." Thank you, Tina. I appreciate you. This next book came into my collection fairly recently. It is the National Geographic Society Collector's Edition Titanic. My fiance was out shopping one day, saw this book, and decided to get it for me. She's too good to me. Love you, baby. Next up is Robert Ballard's Titanic, Exploring the Greatest of All Lost Ships, 20th Anniversary Edition. If I'm being completely honest, I don't remember where this one came from. But I'm happy to have it in my collection nonetheless. This next one isn't necessarily a book. It is the Sunday Telegram and Gazette newspaper from April 15th, 2012, the 100-year anniversary of the sinking. And they had a couple articles about the sinking of the Titanic, such as the one you see in the picture, Unsinkable Memories. This one was given to me by my grandfather when he was done reading the Sunday paper. Thanks again, Papa. I love you, and I miss you. R.I.P. This one is Titanic, The Tragedy That Shook the World, 1 century later, by Life Books. This one also came into my collection in 2012 for the 100-year anniversary of the sinking. This next book isn't about Titanic, but her younger sister, Exploring the Britannic, The Life, Last Voyage, and Wreck of Titanic's Tragic Twin, by Simon Mills. This one actually came out fairly recently, and I was very excited to add it to my collection because I love Britannic too. And her story is also tragic. Another item from my 100-year anniversary collection is the National Geographic Titanic magazine. This is where I first learned that Titanic's breakup had been revised, and she in fact broke up between funnels 2 and 3 instead of 3 and 4, which is what the consensus was at the time. It also came with the centerfold page of the sinking and her journey to the bottom, which is just beautiful. Next up we have another newspaper. This is a replica printing of the Worcester Telegram's 1912 front page of the Titanic disaster. This also came out for the 100-year anniversary. If there are any comic book fans out there, then here's the comic for you. This is the I Survived the Sinking of the Titanic 1912 graphic novel. With me being a huge geek, when I saw this at BJ's, you can bet your bottom dollar there was no way I was leaving the store without this. These two are also new additions to my collection. They are blank-lined papered notebooks. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. I was kind of thinking of using them to take notes for when I do research. But as of right now, they are blank pages, but those covers, so good. This one is called Shipwrecks in the Americas. Now, I don't actually know if the Titanic is featured in this book. I actually haven't read it yet, but because it deals with shipwrecks, it still makes the collection. This one is The Further Adventures of Shadow Divers John Chatterton and Richie Kohler, Titanic's Last Secrets. I've had this one in my collection for years, therefore I also don't remember where I got this one, but it's a good read. This one is Dangerous Waters, an adventure on the Titanic. This one is another one I have yet to read, but the cover looks cool. And last but certainly not least, we have Taking the Titanic, A Heist to Remember by James Patterson with Scott Slavin. I must admit, another one I have not yet read, but I will get to it. Now let's move on to Titanic Media. Of course, we have James Cameron's 1997 classic Titanic on Blu-ray. This is my favorite movie of all time. When people ask me, what's your favorite movie? What movie can you watch over and over and not get sick of? Titanic. Now, I do have another Titanic DVD. It's a fairly old documentary, but I think I accidentally left it at my mom's house when I moved out. Up next, I have the physical copy of Titanic Adventure Out of Time, a game I've actually been playing for Titanic Month here on my channel. Now, because my computer can't actually run the CD-ROM, I've actually had to download it from Steam. I also have the game Titanic Shipwreck Exploration by Immersive VR Education. Now, I don't have a VR headset yet. I really want to get one, but I cannot wait to see what it looks like in VR. And now let's move on to other various memorabilia. Here we have a 3D printed model, I guess you could say, of the ship with authentic coal recovered from the Titanic wreck. This particular item came with a letter of authenticity and in fact was the first unboxing video I ever uploaded here on my channel. In fact, it was the first video I uploaded here on my channel. Here we have an RMS Titanic coal keychain, the coal being in the middle of the keychain. This one also came with a letter of authenticity, and this was also purchased on the Titanic store website. Now, in order to hold up all the books I have, I needed some bookends. So I scoured the internet and found this RMS Titanic bookend set. These bookends depict a nice model of the Titanic and are separated, funny enough, at the break point of the actual ship. Unfortunately, I only used the bow portion of the bookend because of how my books are set up on my shelf. I have no need for the stern. So I put the stern safely away where my kids can't break it. This double-sided Titanic coin was actually sent to me by a fan of my YouTube channel. It remains to this day the most awesome and thoughtful gift any fan has ever sent me. And here we have Quackton Smith. Get it? You know, instead of Captain Smith, Quackton Smith? Yeah, you get it. Anybody who's been following my YouTube channel knows that this guy is a very recent addition to the collection and we are happy to have him. Now, you would think that because of the nature of the Titanic that it would be somewhat easy to find Titanic-related fish tank decorations. Do you know how long I had to search the internet before I found something remotely close? This is a customized fish tank decoration. The reason I say customized is because it didn't look like this in the beginning. It was in one piece and had all 4 funnels and was attached to an iceberg. The original function of it was actually a bubbler. Air would blow into an indent under the stern and cause the ship to tilt forward like it was sinking. But I didn't want that. I wanted the wreck at the bottom of the tank. So I took the liberty of taking off the smokestacks, detaching the ship from the iceberg, putting some rocks in it, and having it sit pretty at the bottom of my fish tank. Unfortunately, I don't have any fish right now, so it's just on my shelf. And because I had to search the internet to find the original product to show you guys, I stumbled across all these other various Titanic decorations. Like, where were these? I might actually have to get a fish now. Next up is the 16-ounce White Star Line etched Titanic glass. This is the newest addition to my Titanic collection. I haven't used it yet, and I don't know if I want to. I've already put fingerprints on it, and it bugs me whenever I look at it and I see the imprint of my fat finger on it. Next, we have this little die-cast Titanic keychain. I've had this for so long, it's one of those ones where I can't remember where I got it. It was actually recently rediscovered by my mother. Next is a replica of the famous Heart of the Ocean necklace. This necklace was designed with a piece of Titanic's coal recovered from the wreck, inside what I'm pretty sure is a fake diamond. This too came with a letter of authenticity, but I can't seem to find it. Moving on to apparel, I have 3 Titanic shirts. This is my most recent one. I bought this one this year off of Amazon, believe it or not. I got this shirt, I believe it was for my 27th birthday, at the Titanic Historical Society Museum, located in Indian Orchard, Massachusetts, my home state. Next is this White Star Line Titanic Crew t-shirt, and on the back it says Maiden Voyage RMS Titanic 1912. I don't remember where I got this, but I've had it forever. Now, I gotta tell you, editing all these videos can be hard, especially when I'm sitting in the chair for so long. So that's why I have this Titanic pillow. Someone designed this ship and sold it as a pillow on Redbubble, I think it was. I saw it, I liked it, I bought it. These next 2 pieces are very special to me because they were given to me by my neighbor Whitney for Christmas this past year. They are recreations of Titanic promotional material. Now, they're very big and can't fit on my shelf, and I don't know where to put them right yet, so they're kind of just chilling around my desk area. And now we've come to the final item in my Titanic collection, and quite possibly the one with the saddest story. A few years ago, I was given this Kobe RMS Titanic building block set. It's pretty much our Lego Titanic. I was so thrilled. It was the centerpiece of my Titanic collection. But on July 12th, 2020, this model met a grim fate. It was early in the morning and I was still asleep, but not for much longer. I was startled awake by a loud crash. I jumped out of bed thinking something was wrong or someone was hurt. And then I looked down. Here is actual TikTok video footage of what happened. I was unaware that today is Destroy Daddy's Stuff Day. I was woken up this morning to a loud clatter that sounded like glass breaking. So I shot out of bed to make sure my kids were okay. I looked down and one of my kids, my 3-year-old, he did this. Anybody who knows me knows I'm a huge Titaniac. I love the Titanic. I love shipwrecks. I find them fascinating. And this was a terrible way to start my day. I'm not mad at him because, you know, he's a kid. He doesn't know. But my heart is as shattered as this Lego Titanic is. So I still have the directions somewhere. I'm going to try and fix it. But yeah, this is where I'm at today. But alas, I could not find all the pieces, so what I ended up doing was displaying the model to depict what the ship looks like lying on the bottom of the ocean floor. Each day I look at it, and it is a grim reminder of the beauty and the majesty of the Lego set she once was. So yeah, that's my Titanic collection. It's small now, but it will get bigger. That is a mathematical certainty. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I have 3 more videos that have to come out within the next day or 2. Because we're starting to wind up Titanic month, and I'm running so far behind, but that's okay. If you guys like what you saw, please feel free to leave a like. I really appreciate when you guys do that. Also, if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button and ding that little bell next to it so you guys can get notifications whenever I upload a new video. I'm the Unusual Geek, and I'll see you guys in the next one.